Entertainment, the perfect blend of paranormal and pop culture, with your host, Joe Wakefield and Ryan Lang.
I love it. I'm a fan of this. I'm here for it.
Greetings and welcome to another episode of Earthling Entertainment with your hosts, Joe and Ryan.
That's right. I'm your host who didn't just kiss the Blarney Stone. I downright made out with it, Joe Wakefield.
It was hot. Hi, I'm Ryan.
That's right. I was granted the gift of gab, which is why you're listening to me today.
You were granted a lot of things.
Yeah, rock herpes.
What happens?
Don't make out with, when you kiss a rock, you kiss all the people that rock has kissed.
And that's a lot of people. A lot of people. That's kind of gross, man.
Have you ever actually seen a picture of the Blarney Stone?
Yeah, it's like you got to go upside down.
Yeah, you got to
get to it.
dangle off a tower and
I'm
kiss
good.
it. Yeah, but if you look at it, it's like just black.
Yeah.
Yeah, because of just all the people touching it over time.
I'm gonna throw up.
Yeah, it kind of looks like one of those skateboarding, with like curbs where you're like this years and years
so
of wax.
Like whatever. I'm not trying to rip on it or whatever. I know it's a tradition or something, but ew.
Ew.
Dude,
But
ew.
worth it because you know what? Now I am great with speech.
Well, good for you.
Yeah. Now just log all the times I misspeak throughout this podcast.
I will not.
Anyways, guys, welcome to another episode of Earthling Entertainment. This is our 112th episode, if you don't count the random things we don't count, which are bonuses and messages. Yeah, 112, man. Pretty awesome. This one is going to be audio only. We're still working out the video stuff, to be quite frank. We were going to use Riverside, and it's no shade on that product, but it's not going to work for our purposes. If we were single hosts that were always doing interviews remotely, that's the program. But for us, not so much. So this is audio only. We want to remind you that you can download this episode, and we would like you to, wherever you get this podcast, whether that's Spotify, iHeart, Apple, whatever, Amazon, Audible. Audible's good.
Yeah, and if YouTube is your only thing, you can still the audio will still be on YouTube as well, and you can follow us there.
Oh yeah, and definitely subscribe because all future video episodes will be released on YouTube.
That's right.
But for those of you who are new, you might be wondering, what is this podcast? What exactly do you guys do?
Strap right in.
Well, I'm gonna tell you. Ryan and I like to venture into the spooky, into the unknown.
Yes.
We talk about cryptids, we talk about aliens, we talk about everything supernatural and fun. But that is only one part of the show. That is the outer shell of the show, if you will. Because the inner is all pop culture and genre fun.
Woo.
Talk about news, movies, video games, usually from the geekier side of the world. And that mix, those two things together, that yin yang, that Oreo, if you will. I like Oreo because we kind of cap and end with the supernatural.
That's right.
Oh, man. That is just a delicious mess of a podcast that we call Earthling Entertainment. Welcome.
Welcome indeed.
So, I wanted to go to the movies this weekend. And I didn't get to go because we are in Michigan and Detroit. And there was just a buttload of snow. I'm not going to lie.
We didn't get it as bad as the rest of the country got it bad. Like it was bad, but it was not that bad.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to say that we had the frozen power lines that fell over and stuff.
Right, or in Boston, people having to dig their cars out and stuff.
Fair enough. Well, I couldn't go to the movies, Ryan. You know what?
First
I was
world problems.
Yeah, you know what? You're really kind of ruining this momentum I had. Anywho, it was kind of funny because there was nothing playing. I was going to go see Hamnet, which is apparently a book. Oh, it's a movie based on a book about the creation of Hamlet, the play. It's up for Oscars, blah, blah, blah. I wanted to see Return to Silent Hill. So much so that I called the theater. And it's funny because, guys, Return to Silent Hill, for those of you who don't know, it was the original director from the 2006 Silent Hill movie. And this is kind of like his direct sequel. It's also an adaptation of Silent Hill 2. No one went and saw it. It's getting terrible reviews. That's kind of the thing. So maybe the theater manager thought I was joking with him because I called him up and I was like, hey, man.
Joe called the movie theater.
I called the movie theater and I asked them if they could move a showtime. Here's my thought, though. I was like, no one's going to the movies, right? So maybe they'll do it for one guy. So I hit him up and I'm just like, hey, man. Is there any chance that we can get like a Return to Silent Hill showing for Sunday morning? And the guy's like, oh, it's the studios dictate. And I've never heard this before. I don't even know if it's true because I didn't look into it. But he's like, the studios tell us, what times we can put it on or how many times we can put it on. And I'm thinking, I don't know. That doesn't sound right. But whatever.
Maybe.
Yeah, but he's like, but I'm having a meeting with him tomorrow, and I'll bring it up, and I'll see. Let me get your phone number and your,
Oh my
and your
God.
email address, and I'm gonna call you, man. I'm gonna call you and tell you if we can get this showing for you. And I was kind of blown away. I'm like, all right, man, that's awesome. I'm gonna call theater all the time. Me and this guy are gonna shoot this shit. Oh, I never got a call.
I was gonna say, did he call?
No, they didn't. No, they didn't go. And I didn't get a showtime either. And I don't know why I wanted to see it so bad. It's just, okay, I like video games and I like Silent Hill. Even though I never really played too many of the games, but I like, I just wanted to see, there wasn't too many things out. And I was kind of pissed off that you get no options before noon because I can go see movies Sunday in the morning, Ryan. I have children and a wife. That is when I can go see movies. It is my church.
Hey,
Every Sunday morning, I go see a damn movie.
No, I hear you there. No, it's like, that's hilarious that you called
I did.
movie theater. But
I mean,
you got to give it a shot, right?
I didn't even think I'd be able to get through. I just assumed it would be like an automated message, and I was going to leave like a weird message. I was going to be goofy about it,
Dude. And like you made that dude's week. Like he's going to tell everybody that story.
Guys, I think people are caring about the movies again.
Like we had a dude call, like, yeah, here's his number.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. And it was, I don't know, man. I feel like kind of an asshole now because I'm like, I gave him the email address, right? But I gave him, and I don't mind if I say it on the podcast. Guys, if you want to email me, feel free. It's Joe Wakefield Screenplays @gmail.com. And I shouldn't have used that email because it just felt like such an asshole. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're like the guy who's wearing the Harvard sweater at like,
it's like,
yes,
I'm
yes.
in the industry.
Exactly. I'm important.
And
I need a special showing.
And I'm expecting you to change the times that you show the movie for me.
My time in LA has proven to me that I'm important.
It's like, you're
Or
welcome.
actually, anyone who's gone to LA, it's actually the opposite. Fair enough.
You're welcome for the grace of my voice on this phone at this moment as I ask for you.
Excuse me, sir.
Like, dude,
I know no one else
But-
will see this movie at
Hey,
all at this time.
and you know what? I mean, you took all of the factors into account and you shot your shot. You know what I mean? I can't even dog you for it, man. You tried.
Hey Ryan, I've lived my life just shooting my shot. No matter if the chances were. Let me just say, at 18, I'm still gonna say hit me.
Yeah.
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 That's how I play blackjack.
That's right. Hit me.
So now I think I'm just gonna I've been emboldened, Ryan. I'm just gonna call other places and just demand shit.
Well,
Like-
I mean,
No, seriously. Like if we call like Westbourne Fruit Market and we're just like, I want you to carry this brand of cheese and just see if I could like flex my power. I mean,
you do have the gift of gab. And
That's right.
herpes, but
well, you'd be surprised what you can get from you just asking. Just asking. Hey man, how's it going? Have a car? I mean, I was holding a gun, but he gave it to me.
I mean, to be fair. Well, that does it for the opening banter. Wasn't that delicious? So that brings us to our next segment. Thank you very much. That's our next segment, which is the best segment in my opinion, and that is
Spooky stuff.
the Shagamaw. Within the vast forests of Maine, there is said to be a critter that is unlike anything seen before. The fearsome creature is said to be responsible for countless number of fights within logging camps, and it is known to leave even the most seasoned of woodsmen scratching his head at the mere sight of its tracks. The critter is thought to be some sort of hybrid creature and is widely known as the Shagamaw. The Shagamaw, also known as the Tote-Road Shagamaw.
Ooh, the
But-
Tote-Road Shagamaw?
I've found numerous stories of both. So for this, we're just going to say Shagamaw, but it's also called the Tote-Road Shagamaw.
You know, it being from Maine and all, I'm surprised it was not in a Stephen King book yet.
That's kind of, I couldn't help myself. Where I saw a Maine creature, and yes, I thought Stephen King, of course.
Yeah, fair enough.
Those who have seen the critter describe it as being equal parts bear and moose, with the upper half resembling a full-grown bear, and the lower half taking on the appearance of moose legs. So think like the weird hind leg situation.
Like a centaur.
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
not a centaur. What is it?
Satyr.
A satyr?
Satyr.
Yeah. Okay, so what it was Danny DeVito in the cartoon Hercules?
Satyr.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Little
Yep.
goat man.
Yep.
Except giant moose bear.
Philocides, right?
Yeah.
And they just
They
called him
him Phil.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
The Shagamaw is thought to be quite shy, extremely slow in mental capacity, and quite fond of eating discarded mittens, boots, and other lost articles of clothing it finds within the woods.
Oh, that's very goat-like.
It's like, damn it, where are your mittens?
Why is he causing fights with loggers? He's just some dumb goat moose dude.
Who knows? But because of its slow nature, it does not fear humans. It instead studies their most commonly used walking trails and follows them as if it were its own.
Hey, what you doing? I got
It's mine. It's mine.
Oh, man.
While following these trails,
Do you remember the movie The Ringer?
Yes.
Yeah, that movie was awful.
When the fuck did we get ice cream? Yes, that movie is arguably like, wow. I remember even when I saw it, I was like, wow. A gallon.
It was
Wow.
it was misguided but well intended.
Yeah. So, while following these trails, the Shagamaw shows off its most notable feature, the ability to walk on both just its feet or just its hands. Since lower half of the critter has moose legs, the heavy beast leaves deep hoof prints in the dirt. It continues on its way for nearly a quarter of a mile, or roughly 440 steps, before it suddenly inverts itself and begins walking on its hands. Now, because the top half of the Shagamaw is that of a bear, the critter now begins leaving deep bear tracks within the dirt below it. The shy creature continues forward through the woods for another 440 steps, after which it again stops, inverts itself once more, and continues on its way, leaving moose tracks once again.
Okay, all I can say about this, though, is I would want to see it walking on its hands. Because I feel like if I see it walking on its hooves, even though it's an upright, half bear, half moose looking thing with, like, apparently some kind of goatish head.
Yeah.
Even though it's looking strange, I could talk myself out of it, right? I could be like, I must have seen an animal or
just a
someone in
bear.
a suit or just a bear. Exactly. Yeah, but if I see the thing walking on his arms, the best you can come up with is be like an escaped circus bear. Like, I mean, either way, it's immediately more magical.
That is what I would think,
Right?
right?
Like, what else would you come up
It's
with?
the most logical thing.
Exactly.
I mean, other than the informed people of this podcast now, we all know now, we're like, oh, Shagamaw.
What do they say? It's like
Sometimes it's a Tote-Road Shagamaw.
sometimes,
Yeah.
and sometimes it's a circus bear.
You never know, but now we do.
All right.
Now, due to the fact that the Shagamaw has such a unique set of prints, and because it uses the most frequented walking trails, loggers often come upon its tracks. After realizing that an extremely large moose has passed not too far from camp and may still be in the area, the eager lumberjack starts to track it. Confident in their ability to find the creature and earn a new trophy, the lumberjack keeps his eyes locked on the tracks below him.
Wait, how would you keep a trophy, right? You have to taxidermy the entire creature. Because if you just did part of it, put the head up on the thing.
Well,
you'd be
in
like, oh,
this,
it's just a bear.
well, what this I think is trying to say is that the lumberjack, he just assumes it's a moose
Oh, that would make sense.
at this point. So he's
Yeah.
like, oh, I'm gonna go hunt this moose, and we can all eat moose, and I'll get these cool antlers, and
I don't know
I think
if
that's what it's saying.
Fair enough. I ain't going after a moose. Those things are freaking huge.
They are, but man, think about the positives back then, right? Like you were a logger. It's like, man, we can make some steaks, some moose steak.
I guess in my head, like everyone who did that, every logger, every like Paul Bunyan looking motherfucker was just ate pancakes. Like for every meal,
fucking
every
meal.
single meal,
Just pancakes.
just pancakes and syrup. That's what lumberjacks eat.
That's
right?
what lumberjacks eat.
That's-
I'm a lumberjack and I'm sorry.
Tell me I'm wrong, and I will say cartoons have lied to me, sir.
Never.
Yeah, exactly.
I would never say that. Why would I take away your dream? You're allowed to let the boy dream. So shocked and confused, the lumberjack continues on his way with hopes of picking up the trail once again, but the only tracks below him now are those of a giant bear.
Oh, snap.
Not wanting to encounter a large predator of this size alone, the woodsman returns to camp to inform those of what he had seen. Upon arrival back at camp, the confused lumberjack informs the others of what he had experienced. It goes without saying that laughter, mocking, and ridicule generally follow, and just like that, the Shagamaw has unknowingly caused yet another fight among the woodsmen.
Oh, that's why it causes fights. Because it confuses people. And then the dude's like, hey, I saw this like bear, and then it was like a freaking moose. And they're like, dude, you're just a shitty tracker.
And that's it.
And he's like,
They're all looking at him like,
you're an idiot.
like, yeah, now we know we can't trust you with our lives.
Oh.
You're an idiot.
So these people
I don't know why I went south. This
these
is
people are quick to anger. I get it. It's fine.
You don't know what you're looking for, eh? I don't know. Is that when people? I don't know.
I feel like if you're in Maine, you might be able to sound a little Canadian.
A little
and
Canadian.
be accurate.
Yeah, a little Canadian. And the Shagamaw.
Dude, we're in Detroit. We could like drive, and it's 10 minutes, and we're in Canada.
Yeah.
And I don't know about you, but everybody, it's Windsor, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Everybody in Windsor sounds exactly like us.
They do.
There is no accent.
They certainly don't.
Yes, they're just, it's like, oh, you sound like you're from Detroit. And I'm like, oh, yeah, well, it is just a river.
And then just the further you go, it gets more French, too. Like, there's a lot of, like, heavy French accents.
Well, yeah, we're on that side. Yeah.
So, another fight amongst the woodsmen. While the men at camp are fighting about whether the tracks were truly of a moose or a bear, the Shagamaw continues on its way, looking for forgotten pieces of clothing where it finds them. Remember, it eats clothing.
Yeah.
And changing the way it walks every 440 steps, which is about a quarter mile.
Yeah, I like how I apologize to anyone who this may offend, but I like how they're just like, it's kind of a retarded creature.
It's like basically like,
like,
OCD,
it's
right?
dumb. It has weird idiosyncrasies.
Like, yeah, it's like it's got a bit of OCD. Like, it has to, like, but it's brilliant, right? Because this has, succeeded for God knows how long, right? Because it's like, no matter what, these dumb lumberjacks just go, oh shit, it's a bear. I'm out of here. So
Yeah.
it's like,
It's actually a good evolutionary trait not to be hunted. I see what you're saying.
correct. So it makes sense.
Yes, it makes perfect sense.
That's right. The
I
Shagamaw,
see no holes.
the Shagamaw likely alternated between legs to confuse lumberjacks on the hunt. It was considered an insult for a woodsman to be told he incorrectly identified animal tracks such as a moose or bear. So brawls were bound to ensue over the cunning, sneaky critter.
I don't think he's cunning. It's not even his fault. He doesn't even know people are
He's like,
fighting over him. He's just
he
living
is-
his life doing cartwheels in the
That
woods.
is true, because earlier it was, I wrote that it's described because he was slow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I found like tons of things that, he's actually like
It's a
kind of
dumb creature.
He's dill-witted.
Yeah. He's not trying to cause fights. He's just living his life.
He's just, huh?
Yeah.
What?
And people,
Oh.
us humans are punch happy.
439. 440.
Flippy dippy.
Flippy dippy.
Just start. 1, 2.
The rascal always followed tote roads, which is probably why it's called the Tote-Road Shagamaw.
I'm glad we solved that riddle.
There
Ryan.
it is.
Yeah.
Some believe this is the effect of the varmint's significant observation of the woodsmen who trotted the same paths. The stories and legends about the Shagamaw are recorded in 2 books that detail the lumberjack folklore in North America. The first account is given in a book called Fearsome Creatures of the Lumberwoods, with a few desert and
It
mountain
sounds like
beasts.
something you'd study at Hogwarts.
It does.
Yeah.
Fearsome Critters of the Lumberwoods, with a few desert and mountain beasts. It does, straight
throw
up.
it in for spice.
By William Thomas Cox.
Yes.
Coming up within the sight of the animal, Gus saw that he had the front feet like a bear's and the hind feet like that of a moose.
And he did one of those Leonardo DiCaprio sits up out of the chair points.
That's
Like,
right.
Oh!
And that it was pacing carefully, taking exactly a yard at a step. Suddenly it stopped, looked all about, and swung as on a pivot, then inverting itself and walking on its front feet only, it resumed its pacing.
1, 2.
Mr. Demo was only an instant was only an instant in recognizing by the witness trees that the place where the animal changed was a section corner. I don't know what that means. This is literally from the book. From this is probably older talk. From this fact, he reasoned that the Shagamaw must have been originally a very imitative animal, which from watching surveyors, timber cruisers, and trappers patiently following lines through the woods, contracted the habit itself. He figures that the Shagamaw can only count as high as 440, therefore, it must invert itself every quarter of a mile.
Yeah, that is OCD.
Yeah.
That guy is the guy who touches the doorknob 3 times
Yes.
before entering the room.
Has to blink and snap their fingers after every sentence.
I mean, who's to say
It happens.
who's to say that there aren't animals out there that suffer from some of the weird things we get as humans? I'm just saying.
Oh, totally, man. Yeah, mental illness is totally a thing within animals.
Yeah.
For sure.
Even bear moose.
Even bear moose.
Lumberjacks. Boy, did they believe into some spooky stuff.
They sure did. And there were 2 other creatures that I was like, ooh, maybe we'll have to have a Lumberjack spooky stuff edition later, because they had
Oh my
other
God.
stuff.
Dude, how many?
There were 2 others that I found.
Okay, so we can get the 3, we can compare them all and see which one's the best and call it our jack-off episode.
That's right. The jack-off-a-thon.
It's the Lumberjack-off.
The Lumberjack-off-a-thon. Yes.
On that note...
Yes. Dude, that's the most genius thing you've ever thought of.
Oh, God, I hope not. All right. And with that, guys, we're jumping into our next segment, which we lovingly call the Earth Pop Report, talking about everything to do with Earth pop culture.
Woo! Here we go.
Here we go. So, Ryan, I got some stuff for you. Got some news I want to discuss. So, you know how Warner Brothers, they were kind of getting rid of, it seemed like all their kids shows. They kind of got rid of Cartoon Network, they got rid of all the old stuff. They basically kicked Looney Tunes off all their HBO everything. It was really sad. People were upset. They got rid of Sesame Street, everything.
That is pretty upsetting. Why would they do that? Like you're literally cutting your audience in half. Probably
Well,
more than that.
I don't know. When it came to the Looney Tunes, though, luckily they have found a new home. So Looney Tunes, Bugs Bunny, and his friends, they're all going to be hanging out at TCM. So Turner Classic Movies is now going to be the permanent home for Looney Tunes.
I haven't heard that in a minute.
Turner Classic Movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, well.
Dude, it's so funny. I was just thinking of Looney Tunes today. That is really, really odd.
I think Looney Tunes has gotten, it's weird because Looney Tunes has been around forever. And while there has been a lot of good stuff of Looney Tunes, it also isn't really, no one cares anymore, I
Well,
want to
it's
say.
so old, right? It was old when we were young, but I still remember watching them, all of the old ones.
course,
Yeah,
because we had
that was
reruns.
that was my shit.
Yeah, but then also we had Space Jam, you know what I mean? And then we had
Yep.
Tiny Toons, which
That's
was
right.
kind of like a sequel series to Looney Tunes
Water go
almost.
down the hole.
Yeah, Tiny Toons was good. I
Yeah.
remember playing the Tiny Toons video game.
That's right. Me too.
Well, anyways, good for Looney Tunes. It seems like not everything that David Zaslav has axed is dead. Another thing that's coming out, Looney Tunes, Coyote versus Acme is finally getting a release this year.
That one should be good. A lot of people fought hard for that movie, so
I think it'll flop, and I'm so excited, and I know I'm going to like it. I'm not excited it's going to flop.
well,
but
it's gonna flop, but it'll be good.
It will be good. They had The Day the Earth Blew Up, which was a Porky Pig, Daffy Duck movie that came out
I
last
wanted
year.
to watch it.
I did watch it, and it's a fun, kind of goofy Looney Tune flavored alien movie, but it doesn't feel like an alien movie or a Looney Tunes movie. It's weird, you know what I mean? It somehow is exactly what you want it to be while missing the mark.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just saying.
Okay.
I'm saying. But yeah, a lot of other things happening. I'm going to tell you a little bit about the second thing I have down here. So, do you know the video game developers Ubisoft?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I do.
yeah, right. They do the Far Cries. They did the new Avatar one. A lot of good stuff.
I want to. I've played one of their games. It's probably one of the weird ones.
Well, besides for being known for having kind of crappy microtransactions lately in a lot of their games, and for being the same game over and over again, i.e., Far Cry and stuff like that, they're fun. I enjoy their games. Well, they haven't been doing very well financially, and apparently they're doing now a complete restructure, like moving people around, canceling projects. And one of those projects that have been canceled is the Prince of Persia: Sands of Time remake.
It's so funny. Just talking about this kind of game because I feel like this is where we got Assassin's Creed. This is where we got Jedi Survivor. This is where we got, those kind of games where it's like part of it is like parkour. Like you've got to like do all this climbing and you got to do, all the scaling of this and that, right? In order to get to your destination or whatever. And it's interesting that they canceled this because I feel like this was like the start of that kind of game, and those games have a hardcore fan base.
Oh, they do. Yeah. Prince of Persia: Sands of Time is pretty much one of the top games in that series that any fan of the Prince of Persia will tell you is their favorite.
Yeah.
People have been waiting for this forever. People have been waiting for this as long as they've been waiting for a Fallout New Vegas remake. Like this is a big deal.
And Star Wars Knights of the Republic.
And Titan Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. Well, it's been canceled. Apparently not for the first time, but it looks like this time it is actually done.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Because I know there's people that would have. This would have done so well if they did it right.
Yeah, I think so too. Well, regardless, we'll never know.
I guess not.
Now, for number 3. So, Ralph Fiennes, he is an awesome actor.
He's rather fine.
Oh, I like that. Well, he played Voldemort in the original Harry Potter movies. That's who he was.
Great actor, really dumb choice of makeup. I thought it looked silly. That's just me. That's just
Well, you
me.
do realize the actor has no choice over that.
No, 100%.
And
like I said, great actor.
And in the book, they described his face looking like a snake. So, what would you do?
And I liked him as the Red Dragon. Scary as shit in that movie.
Oh, yeah. Well, anyways, he was on the red carpet for his new film, The Bone Temple, which, by the way, we talked about last week. I love that film.
I keep hearing great things.
Oh, it's a good movie. Jeff would have liked it. But in any case,
hell yeah.
The Bone Temple red carpet, Ray Fiennes was asked. Someone came up and they're like, "Hey, so you played Voldemort. What actor do you think would be great to be the next Voldemort? Who do you think would play it?" And, Ray Fiennes was like, "Oh, I think they have a great one. They picked Cillian Murphy, right? Wonderful actor." Now, Cillian Murphy is he is an Oscar winner. He did Oppenheimer, and he was in the original 28 Days Later. And a few months ago, it was rumored that he was going to be the new Voldemort, but it was never actually said. So the question now that everyone's asking, because at that point, Ray Fiennes looked like, "Oh, you don't know that? Wait, what? Oh, he looked a little nervous." So what everyone's asking online is, did Ralph Fiennes, did he give us that information? Did he just give away that Cillian Murphy is going to be the next Voldemort? Or did he just hear the same rumor the rest of the internet did and just assumed it was right?
I feel like at this point, like if it really doesn't have anything to do with what, like he's not a part of it, right? He's not a part of this new show.
He's not a part of this new show.
Then yeah, leave him alone. Like yeah, he's got an opinion like the rest of us. He's got an assumption like the rest of us.
Yeah. I mean, unless Cillian Murphy called him up and said, "Hey, I want to talk to you about pointers. How did you approach this character?" Stuff like that, which could be the case.
Or maybe this is his way of being like, this is the guy. You know what I mean? This is him. You got the OG Voldemort being like, "Oh, don't they already have him? This guy, look at this,
I'm endorsing that gentleman."
That's it. He's endorsed. That's what I meant. Like, yeah, he's endorsing him. Right?
Maybe. Only time will tell. So this could be confirmation that Cillian Murphy is going to be our next Voldemort.
We'll see.
We will see. Well,
we will see.
That was good. I like that.
Thank you.
Well, speaking of reboots and video games, so it's connected to both our last two stories.
Oh, man. I was hoping we would talk about this.
That's right. They are coming out with a brand new rebooted Fable video game. So, guys, for those of you who don't know, Fable was a great RPG that came out in 2004. It spawned technically three sequels. There was Fable 2, then 2008, and then Fable 3 in 2010.
With the most hilarious, like, British humor in it, like dry Brit. It was so funny.
Yeah, Lionhead Studio did a great job with those games. Ryan is such a big fan. I'm going to let him talk for a while about those original games.
Well, gosh, man, it's been so long. And I remember playing Fable, right? Like the crap out of it. Like, oh my God, I love that game. And, you know, if you were evil, you'd grow these huge horns and you could do all this other stuff. And then I remember, then they came with a special edition. And then after the ending, spoiler, this is an old ass game.
2004. It's more than 20.
After you beat Jack of Blades, there's a whole new island that you go to. Do you remember this?
No, I never played the first one. I played the second and third one.
Okay, so the first one, and then they re-released with the special edition. And like I said, so after you kill Jack of Blades, the original bad guy, there's a whole friggin' island that you go to, and there's a couple extra quests that you get to do there, right? And you get to build up some more shit.
Yeah, so they had a good post game.
And then he turns into a friggin' dragon, and you got to fight him as a dragon. And it was so epic. It was like amazing. And then the second one was great. Like that was when they added guns for the first time, right?
Sure.
And that was a lot. That was really cool. The third one, they really went with you being a king. With like the second one, I think it was like more of like I can't. It's been so long.
That's all right. That's all right. Do you mind if I jump in for a sec?
Can I say just one thing?
Yeah. Go ahead.
The gargoyles were the best. You had to kill all these gargoyles, and there was another one with gnomes where you had to kill the gnomes. They were so fucking funny because they would just talk shit. They would just be like, "Oh, maybe I'll come over and have some tea later. Then I'll also have your mom." Like,
yes, they were just talking crap the whole time.
Amazing.
So, Fable series was known for its really funny humor. It had this wonderful mechanic where, depending on the choices you made in the game, you could be more evil or good, and the people in the towns would react to you if you were more evil and good, and you would have physical traits. Like Ryan said, you would grow horns if you were evil. If you were good, you would kind of glow and be a little bit more angelic. And it was just a fantasy type chosen one game, and it had a lot of the things that you'd imagine from most fantasy games.
Third person view.
Third person view, that's right. Like a Belverine was a werewolf, and they had a few other. They had gnomes, things like that. They had 4 novels that I actually still own. They're in my library. I've only actually ever read 2.
Remember the Normonomicon?
Normonomicon. So it had, like Ryan said, it had a relevant British humor, and it was a really groundbreaking, fun game at the time. Well, this year, and we've known it's coming, but this year we are getting a remake, and it is coming on all the platforms, and it promises to be pretty cool. So here's just a couple things that they're saying. So apparently you can get married and have kids. You were able to get married in the last one, and you could like talk to almost any NPC or all NPCs to do it.
Yeah, and I've heard a lot about it.
Yeah. And you could buy houses and businesses. So a lot of free roaming and like community stuff in here. There will be a full,
character creator.
That's right. So what they mean is just very, like you could get down to the nitty gritty of the shape of your eyebrow, the color of everything, the mold, the
In the original games, I think you could either be a boy or a girl, and it was just picked for you the way you looked.
Fair enough. Well, they had a lot of other things, so, fair enough. But yeah, you can go all deep dive on it. Talk to every NPC, and all these NPCs, these thousands of NPCs, they have their own schedule throughout the day. So it feels more lived in. The game is going to feel more real because they're not going to just be in their small area repeating 10 lines of dialogue.
Think of it more like Elder Scrolls. Like the new Elder Scrolls game, each character has its own daily schedule, especially in Oblivion.
Yeah. So they're going to go about their business and just feel absolutely
immersive.
Each
character, they took a lot of time. Like each NPC, they say, was like manufactured. They're not just mass made.
Yeah.
That's
I know.
Really, really cool.
They're not procedurally generated. They were actually they were designed each individual. And so like that, like we were saying, you can go around, you can talk to everybody in this world because it is the first open world Fable game, like a truly open world.
And they're saying no load screens.
They are saying, but they always say no load screens. I've heard them say no load screens for 20 years when it comes to video games. Yeah, but that is exciting. The same reputation, not the same, but a reputation system, like I said, of whether or not you're good and evil.
Yep.
Your choices affect the world. Not only can you buy homes, you could actually rent them out to people and you could evict them. And if you do evict them, you get to see them sitting on the street suffering if you're like a horrible son of a bitch and you want to see that in digital form.
Why
You
not?
could be a dick landlord.
I mean, it's part of the fun of Fable is just to be evil sometimes.
Fair enough. NPCs judge you if you look funky or if you look sexy. And there are one or two-handed weapons. I don't see why that is like a big. They made that seem like that was a big.
But it's saying like 1 2-handed weapons and bows and magic bows. So like maybe that means like they're going away from like the flint and lock. They're getting away from the pistols.
I mean, this is a reboot. This is not going to be in canon with the other games. So if they did, if they wanted to get rid of firearms, they absolutely could. Because it's kind of like, and I know you hate this series, but when Avatar: The Last Airbender went to the next generation, which was The Legend of Korra, they kind of jumped time, or all of a sudden they had cars and technology, and I didn't like it as much. And maybe that's what they're trying to avoid here. They're like, we don't want Fable to have technology. We want it to be all fantasy.
And I mean, it was cool because it represented the Industrial Revolution, right? Like they were trying to be historical while also like making their own, Kingdom of Albion, like going through its own thing. It was, But
Well-
yeah, I agree. Like the reboot would make sense, and if this does really well, maybe they'll do a next one where we do get pistols.
Maybe. Hey, I'm excited. I'm going to play it on PlayStation 5. I'm really happy because there was no reason to think this would come out on PlayStation 5. All the other ones were Xbox.
That's true. So no, congratulations.
Yay, being a PlayStation loyalist has worked out this time.
And I just play on Xbox Game Pass, and I think I have the cheap one, so I don't know. I'll probably have to wait to play after it comes out. Usually takes a few months till they let me download it.
Well, that's usually how it goes. But something else I'm waiting for. Do you remember the movie Ready or Not?
I don't think so.
Okay, so it's Samira Weaving. She gets married. She marries into this rich family, and they are like a board game dynasty family. And at the wedding date, they have to play a game, and then unfortunately, she draws the wrong card, and they hunt her.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, that was a bummer of a card.
Yeah.
Like, what was the other one?
I don't remember. But the point
Like
is,
the other, it's like, oh, this one would have been a piece of cake.
I mean, they did kind of imply that it would have, like, most of them were fine, and it was like one out of all of them were like, oh, now I gotta kill you. Well, there's a sequel, and I'm excited for it. By the way, that movie, Ready or Not, if you haven't seen it, I don't want to spoil it, but it pays off. There is an ending as good as Cabin in the Woods as far as a payoff of just like
that's one hell of
a payoff.
No, for
Yeah.
you to say.
So Ready or Not is that good of a payoff. But anyways, the second one wanted you to know that they have confidence in it because they have moved it up again. This is the second time they've moved it up. It is now coming out in theaters March 20th, 2026. Previously, it was only a week. They were going to come out March 27th, and then before that, it was going to come out April 10th. So yeah,
I
I'm
wonder
excited about that one.
Well, and sometimes I feel like they catch wind of maybe other films that they don't want to compete with on opening, so maybe that was the case.
Yeah. I mean, you never know what movie's going to hit or what one's going to blow everyone else out of the water. And speaking of which, award season's coming up. We have the Oscars coming up. And did you know a huge Oscar, what do they say? Record. Yeah. Huge Oscar record has just been broken.
What's that?
Well, up until now, the most nominations any film has gotten was 14. Sinners just got nominated for 16 Oscars, man.
I knew it did really well. I finally got to watch it.
Ooh, you like it?
Loved it. It was
Loved it?
great. No,
Yeah.
it was really cool. Man, one of the coolest renditions of one of my favorite Irish songs, The Rocky Road to Dublin. It was badass.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I love that part too. I thought there was comparisons from it being a lot like From Dusk Till Dawn, and I guess I get that, but it's a completely different vibe, and it's a good vampire movie.
No,
It is, and Michael B. Jordan did a good job of playing two characters.
Two
Well,
characters.
kind of three if you think about it.
Right? Yeah,
Yeah,
because
kind of, yeah.
we can spoil it, right? It's been out for a long time.
Nah. Let's not spoil it. Let's not spoil it.
Okay.
But anyways, if you guys haven't seen it yet, check out Sinners, up for 6 Academy Awards. And just so you know, what previously held the 14 nomination was Titanic, La La Land, and All About Eve.
I'll never let go, Jack. I'll never let go.
Fair enough. As far as we know, she didn't, right? They didn't ever make Titanic 2. Actually, Asylum did make a movie called Titanic 2. Now, in it, it was not a sequel to Titanic.
Oh my
They
God.
made a boat that was called the Titanic
Oh my
2,
God.
and you may assume it did not work out well.
I want to see a.
There
Okay,
was-
I want to see that, but I also want to see a robot chicken thing of like Rose, like instead just jumps over the side and just like her corpse, just like finding Jack's corpse and
the
like,
bottom?
skeleton, and like then they hold hands,
Oh.
and then the end.
Well, I mean,
It just
that
feels
just feels
very
like a
robot.
sketch. Yeah, okay, that's why
Ro-
Robot
yeah,
Chicken.
robot chicken. Yeah,
fair
yeah,
enough, fair
yeah.
enough. Hey, did you ever watch The Last of Us or play the video game?
I watched The Last of Us, but I never played the video game.
All right, did you watch the last season?
I did not.
Okay. Well, season 2 is taken from the second game, but not the whole second game, only half the second game. So Ellie, our main character, we see her perspective. Well, there is another, let's say, antagonist, the one who, spoiler, beats the shit out of and kills Joel, and her character's name is Abby. Well, just like the game, you switch to her perspective halfway through. So that's what they're doing with the show. The Caitlin Dever, who plays Abby, has confirmed that season 3 of The Last of Us will be the events of season 2 from her point of view. So very cool.
Interesting.
It's right out of the game, and it's funny because everyone who didn't like the game are the same people who don't like the season 2 of the show. It took some narrative choices. You know what I mean? Like the whole idea of the show is showing how grief it can just perpetuate and revenge can perpetuate, and we're all both the monsters and we're all both the victims, and where do you draw the line and when do you stop it?
I'm a fun guy.
Aha.
Get it?
Yep. I got nothing to say about that. Oh, man. So this gentleman, whose name is Alexa Ortega, he is the Mexican voice actor. He's widely recognized as playing Spider-Man. Unfortunately, he has passed away at the age of 38. His death was
Damn.
confirmed on Monday, January 26th by El Mundo. And no cause of death has been disclosed. When you're that young, it's, an accident, you're sick, or drugs. I hope it's not anything terrible, but I mean, this guy played the voice of Peter Parker to a whole generation of kids.
Right. No, that's a big deal. That sucks.
All right, so we pour one out to you, even though you weren't our Spider-Man. We recognize you were to many, many.
Many kids, dude. That's awesome. That he was able to, to do that for so long.
I would like to play an iconic hero for any amount of time. Even if it was like a video game or a TV show, I'd be like, yeah, that's right. I was that one guy who played Wonder Man.
That's
when
right.
did you play Wonder Man? Like a video game. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Shush.
It was a good game.
It was a good game. Well, speaking of that, they finally have released on digital is the original Captain America movies, the one from 1979 and like 1982, I think.
Oh no.
And it's when Captain America has like a bicycle helmet. I got to show you this. It's
Oh,
it's
no.
amazing. Yeah, that's gonna blow your mind later.
I'm sure
But-
it will.
Yes. Anywho, everything old is new, Ryan, just like bringing back old shows like Daredevil. Daredevil Born Again was released on Disney Plus a year ago. And I don't know, did you watch that one?
Nope.
No, it was a sequel series to the Daredevil show
I'll
on
be-
Netflix.
I'll be honest, when I got into the Defenders, I only watched Luke Cage's 2 seasons and the girl,
Jessica Jones.
Thank you, Jessica Jones. I watched her 2 seasons, and I didn't watch Iron Fist. I didn't watch the Daredevil one. The only Daredevil I ever saw was the old movie, which everybody hates.
Well, Iron Fist was something else that everyone hated, so I don't know.
I
don't-
heard good things. I just never watched it, and I liked him in Defenders. I thought Defenders was great.
Well, did you like Jessica Jones?
Loved Jessica Jones.
Well, Jessica Jones is the reason why we're talking right here, because in Daredevil Born Again Season 2, it's coming out, man. It's coming out March 24th, which is an exact year from Season 1, which is great change of pace for streaming stuff. Well, anyways, in the trailer, Jessica Jones returns. That's right. Kristen
I
Ritter
like- dude.
returns as Jessica Jones.
Dude, she did such a good job. I love the one conversation she had with her bad guy, like the bad guy in her series. Like, his power was anything.
Kilgrave?
Anything that he suggests you to do, you just do it.
Yes,
And
it's
he's like,
the character's name is Kilgrave, and it's played by David Tennant.
And I'll never forget this line where she's like, "You don't understand what it's like, blah blah." He's like, "Really? I once told a man to go fuck himself. Can you imagine?
Fair enough.
Dude, that was the best line in the whole thing.
Well, Daredevil Born Again Season 2 is coming out March 24th. And I have one final thing to talk to you about, Ryan.
Last,
Probably
but not least,
the most important thing we could possibly
most
be talking
important.
about. So, it turns out legendary comedy duo
Oh, here goes.
Keenan and Kel are coming together to give us a horror comedy that's shooting this summer called Keenan and Kel Meet Frankenstein. And all I can say, Ryan, is finally.
Yes. Yes. I mean, you got to love it, right? So they're taking it right out of the book, like
Abbott and Costello. That's right.
That's right. Yeah, dude. Like, honestly, it's brilliant. It's brilliant.
Abbott and Costello did 4 movies where they met the Universal monsters. I don't remember them all, but I know they met the Invisible Man, they met Frankenstein, and they had 4 films. I think it was Wolfman. I don't know.
I can just see this already. Like, Keenan.
That's the question,
like,
though. I mean, are they going to play Keenan and Kel the characters, or
hope
they just?
so.
I don't know.
I hope so.
Oh man! All right, so if it was a sequel series to the original Keenan, or a sequel movie to the original Keenan and Kel series, that would be interesting. But I think you play new characters as Keenan and Kel. I don't know. They're comedy.
Keenan, why do you want me to throw this switch right now when there's a monster on the table? Here it goes.
Boom, boom, boom.
And then, like, dude, right? I can see it.
I could see it too. I am really excited for this. I was happy when they finally did a Good Burger 2. And you know what? That movie, for being like a kid's movie 30 years later, wasn't that bad.
It was really good, and the kid that they got to play his kid was amazing.
Yeah, it makes you wonder if they'll do a third one. I bet if they have the Keenan and Kel Meet Frankenstein hit, they'll do a third one.
I mean, if they can just keep this going, I support them. Like, honestly, this is amazing. Keenan is great, and I love Kel. We all love Kel. We want to see Kel succeed. You know what I mean?
He hasn't done a whole lot, right? Like, the last thing I really remember him in was Mystery Men in 1999, and then he just kind of popped up here and there. But Keenan,
Still
on
is
the other hand,
fraculated.
but Keenan, on the other hand, he is the longest running SNL cast member ever. I mean, that's a nice gig.
Respect.
Yeah.
And he's so good at it. And
He started since he was a kid. All that was just kid Saturday Night Live. So,
oh well, close enough. Chocolate. Where they would just cook with chocolate.
I remember, yes.
Yes.
And then in that one, it was a Chef Pierre something, and it was Keenan
Oh
who squirted chocolate and everything. And there was one episode where Chris Farley showed up, and he was a ketchup guy and squirted ketchup everywhere.
Yes, I remember that. That was amazing.
Well,
amazing.
Well,
all right,
guys,
so I'm looking forward to that.
I am too, and that is the end of our pop culture section.
Boo.
But don't worry, we got just a little bit more spooky, but this one is out of the world. Check out this next segment.
Disclosure discussion. Ha 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 ha. It's about aliens and stuff.
Canada is home to the world's first official UFO landing pad.
I like Canada.
This comes to us from iflscience.com. And you know what that stands for?
No, what?
I fucking love science.
Really?
Yeah.
Good for them.
I love it. This is one of my favorite sites. We might not know whether aliens exist, but that hasn't stopped people from preparing for their potential arrival to Earth. Some people might stockpile weapons. Others might DIY welcome signs. But back in 1967, one Canadian town tackled arguably the most important preparation of all, a decent parking spot.
Yeah.
That's right. In the town of St. Paul in northern Alberta lies the world's first ever UFO landing pad. The idea came about as part of Canada's centennial celebrations, and once approved by the government, saw the construction of a large platform sat atop 6 30-inch tall concrete pylons. The platform is circular, of course, because all UFOs are flying saucer shaped.
Yeah, taking a lot of assumptions here. How do they even know how big it is?
I mean, just saying.
I don't know.
Some some people might have rolled their eyes at the idea, but not the residents of St. Paul. This was a community-led project, and it seems the whole town was more than willing to join in the fun when it opened back in June 1967.
I mean, why wouldn't you? That's like one of the funnest town events ever. Be like,
Dude,
what?
right?
like,
It's
hey guys,
so good.
Our town's dope. Like, we built a platform for alien spaceships. We're gonna go to the unveiling. You want to come? Hell
Oh,
yeah!
well, there's nothing worse than having to go somewhere and you just can't find a place to park,
Took
It's,
care of it.
Yeah, so we might as well just, just looking out for them, We're all neighbors, just celestial.
Yeah, love it.
To make the expected celestial visitors feel at home, flying saucers have started to sprout in backyards, explained a news report at the time. One businessman donated a bus called the Martian Express to take care of earthly transportation problems. We're not quite sure that measures up to a machine capable of flying all the way from Mars, but we're here for the enthusiasm.
Hey man, when they get here, they gotta. I mean, it's like, all right, you drive your RV to the campsite, but you're
Mhm.
not gonna drive the RV around town. You got a little car with you.
Yeah.
It's kind of the same thing. So I get this guy's idea of the bus. He's like, when they land, they're gonna need to be driven to the mall, guys. They're not gonna fly the spaceship to the mall. There's only one landing pad. Jesus.
And they don't have a driver's license. So we got to hook them up. Bus 'em
shuttles.
around. Yeah.
Shuttles.
Yeah,
It's the way to
shuttle
go.
'em.
Yeah.
So far, the only low-flying UFOs to be lured down are the paper variety popular with children.
I'm sure people have landed drones on it by now.
Oh, yeah. But the local citizens are sure that even the Martians won't be able to resist their Western hospitality for long. The report continued. Unfortunately for them, that doesn't seem to have been the case. We'd like to think that we'd certainly know about it if a UFO had plunked down in a small Canadian town.
I don't know. It feels like a good target for like someone who is, what does they call it? Skydiving, right? You come down to your parachute.
Oh
you're
my
like,
God,
like,
yeah.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna land on the target.
Dude, that's a good idea.
Right? Be fun.
I think they'd applaud you.
Right?
Like, they'd just be like, oh, sorry, we're probably going to have to arrest you, but that was great.
Yeah, right? You got dressed like an alien though. You got to really go for it though.
Of course, the whole thing is a little tongue-in-cheek. But look past all the flying saucer decor and little green men memorabilia, and the true message at the heart of this parking spot is one that was apt at the time and remains so now. It's one of peace and unity, something very human indeed.
Making a lot of assumptions. I'm saying, like, I don't know. What if they made the landing pad and it worked? That landing pad worked, Ryan. They landed down and they came out and then they were like, hooray! Well, we're gonna start the genocide, and then they just start killing everyone. And when we get to blame Canada, who'd have thought?
Well, I always would have blamed Canada for one, but for
Just because you
two,
like South Park.
but for two, I mean, yeah, what if they were just offended? Like, so they land at this place, they're like, oh wow, look, they made a landing pad for us, and they land there, and it's just this small town in Canada, and they have
Like,
nothing prepared. Like,
Oh, so no world leaders.
I was
We're
gonna
just hang
say,
out.
no deli tray, nothing.
No deli tray.
Like, you know what I mean?
It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I think I want our town to do something like that. Like we should just kind of like make something for Bigfoot, just him come hang out.
He might.
Well, they already did aliens. We can't do what they did. They
That's
can't have
true.
the first alien lunch pad, but we can maybe have like the first Bigfoot picnic table.
I
We'll make
feel
a
like-
big picnic table out of marble, and it'll be like twice as big as a normal picnic table to, to fit the size of the Bigfoot. We'll dedicate it to Bigfoot, and we'll be like, hey, Bigfoot, come to this town square and eat at the picnic table.
Well, and we know that Bigfoot's a big deal in Michigan right now, and it has been for a long time. There have been a couple recent sightings, and even I personally talked to somebody who told me about his sighting, and he swore he never believed in it until he was out on this hunt. I told you about this, where he was on the west coast of Michigan.
Bigfoot
So
picnic table.
Bigfoot are out here.
Yeah.
They're out here.
It's a Bigfoot picnic table.
So I'll end this up.
Let's petition the city council. I'm serious. All right.
I know we could. So the area under the world's first UFO landing pad was designated international by the town of St. Paul as a symbol of our faith in mankind will maintain the outer universe free from national wars and strife. Reads the sign next to the landing pad.
Yeah, it sounds very 60s.
That future travel in space will be safe for all intergalactic beings. All visitors from Earth or otherwise are welcome to this territory and to the town of St. Paul.
Yeah.
Unless it's a Monday at the gift shop. They're closed.
I'll tell you what, I think being closed on Monday is quite weird, Ryan. Quite weird indeed.
It's weird indeed.
Yes, it's putting all the weight and the guilt of a week all on Tuesday.
Everybody does that now, though. Everybody's closed on Monday. It's so weird.
It is weird. Some things in life are weird, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like we got 2 articles that are coming up for our last segment of the show, Ryan. And those things, well, they're pretty weird. You might even say they're
real world weird.
First known case of cow using tool, documented by astonished researchers. Researchers in Austria have documented what is believed to be the first known case of a cow demonstrating tool use.
Oh my God.
So he's just in the barn, I know the pieces.
Oh,
fit,
rocking out to
I
Tool.
know the
Silly
way.
me. I thought he was like using a hammer or something.
Yeah, maybe. The fantastic finding reportedly came about when farmer Whitger Wiggly noticed that his beloved bovine,
His name's
Veronica.
Wicker Wiggly, or did you read that wrong?
Whitger Wiggly. That is how that is spelt, and I'm going to say it as such.
That is an awesome name.
What?
I want that
Whitger
man in
Wiggly.
my life.
Who's that? That's my best
Yeah,
friend.
I want him to be
Whitger
like
Wiggly.
I want him to be like my cobbler or something. Like that fucker makes my shoes.
That's my buddy. Whitger Wiggly.
Well, he's got a really cool cow, guys.
A beloved bovine named Veronica. She had a penchant for scratching itches with sticks that she manipulated with her mouth. After a decade of marveling at the cow's unusual behavior, he sent a video of her in action to cognitive biologist Alice Osberg of Vienna's University of Veterinary Medicine. Here's a quote. When I saw the footage, it was immediately clear that this was not accidental, the scientist said. This is a meaningful example of tool use in a species that is rarely considered from a cognitive perspective.
Yeah, we thought cows were too dumb.
They aren't.
They're not. No, they could
The
use...
aliens from South Park knew all along.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
See? Curious to learn more about the cow's behavior, Osberg and colleague Antonio Asuna Mascaro ventured to Weagle's farm, where they conducted a series of tests with Veronica to see just how extensive her dual use was. To their profound surprise, when the scientists placed a deck brush in different positions in front of the creature, she flexibly utilized the object to achieve different results. Specifically, they observed Veronica using the brush end of the tool for larger areas, such as her back, and then a more precise pull end for her lower body. Over the course of multiple trials, the cow's behavior was consistent, indicating that it had developed what Asuna Mascaro described as genuinely flexible tool use. Veronica's back scratching constitutes the first documented instance of tool use in cows, and, remarkably, the multi-purpose utilization of an object has only previously been demonstrated by humans and chimpanzees. As one might imagine, the creature's behavior has given researchers pause when it comes to bovine intelligence. To that end, in light of how Veronica had been using tools for a decade, Osberg mused that previous assumptions about livestock abilities may reflect gaps in observation rather than genuine cognitive limits. The researchers now hope to gain a better understanding of the factors that led to the cow adapting tool use and whether any other similar creatures might also scratch their itches in the same way.
Yeah. I mean, it sounds silly, but it's actually not. I
It
mean,
is
the bottom line,
weird,
they're
but
like,
it's cool, like, right?
well, yeah, I get it. They're like saying, have we not watched cows enough to see them doing this behavior, or is this cow proving that they're developing more? Are they getting smarter? And if only chimpanzees and us, now cows, have done it, wow, that means the cows could potentially be very smart as far as we're concerned, which is, it's a problem because we eat cows. And honestly, no one wants to think about something they're eating being intelligent. They don't.
I can't argue with that.
Yeah. I mean, I have nowhere else to go with that, man. It's
No, it's interesting because like we've been seeing it right where
I'll tell you what, a lot more people are going to be vegan.
they were saying orangutans have been seen now using sticks as spears to get fish. Now we're seeing cows using sticks to itch. I remember I feel like it's the same way that we all enjoyed watching those videos of bears when they would get up to a good tree and scratch their back. Really good. You know what I mean?
But scratch your back on a tree is different than
using something.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, and there in fact is a difference. And I have always said since middle school that cows would evolve eventually to save us all.
I thought cows were going to kill us.
No, it was the bunnies.
Oh, the bunnies were going to kill us. Well, they were the 32nd crater on the moon.
32nd and a half crater.
Right. Yes.
And
this is deep lore from our childhood, people.
Yes. And so the bunnies will eventually evolve to become evil, turning us all into carrots so that they can eat us. The cows, not for some reason or another, don't like bunnies, and they save us. So
this is 7th grade Ryan's mythology, by the way.
I knew. See?
Back then. Anywho, cows are fucking smart.
They are smart, and they will save us all one day. Thank the cows.
Thank the cows.
As you eat your burger.
Oh, my God. Well, that was weird. But, cows are not the only species that is weird. Humans, we tend to be pretty weird. We tend to do some crazy things to accomplish our goals, just like this next guy.
Desperate man severs his blank. ... Like hundreds of thousands of Indian youths, 20-year-old Suraj Bhaskar, an ambitious young man from Uttar Pradesh, dreamed of becoming a doctor and making his family proud. Unfortunately, the stiff competition made that dream tough to achieve as he failed the NEET medical school admission exam twice.
Okay, that's not tough competition. You failed the exam.
Twice.
Yeah, it's not like you've passed the exam and then you didn't make it.
But he didn't let that stop him.
No, being stupid has never stopped anyone.
Suraj stands accused of resorting to a shocking gesture to ensure his admission into medical school. Police suspect that he cut off his own foot and made it look like he was the victim of a violent assault just so that he could get into medical school under the institution's disability quota. Indian law mandates that 5% reservation for people with disabilities. The young man's actions came to light after his older brother, Akash Bhaskar, informed police that unidentified assailants had attacked his brother in Kalapar village, leaving him unconscious with a severed foot. A case was registered and the police launched an investigation that ended up finding a lot of inconsistencies with Suraj Bhaskar's story.
It doesn't make sense to me because if you're gonna go as far as cutting off your own foot, get your fucking story straight.
Yeah, Jesus.
I'm just gonna say, if you're gonna be that extreme,
No,
you can
guys,
plan a little better.
Guys, let's get this. Okay, I'm losing a foot. Let's figure this out.
Yeah, you only get one, at best 2 shots at this.
The accused tried to mislead the investigation with a fabricated story, but his claims did not stand scrutiny during sustained questioning and examination of evidence, a police spokesperson told journalists, adding that they had reasons to believe that Suraj had severed his own foot. Police recovered a diary belonging to Suraj. He wrote. Oh, I haven't even written this yet, and I'm just gonna be. He wrote in it.
Well, it's not just. All right, continue.
In which he had written, "I will become an MBBS doctor in 2026." Okay, so at least he did right. I'm about to chop my foot off.
Yeah, that was the sticky note on the wall.
I really thought for a fucking second it was gonna be like, "So, dear diary, I'm about to chop my fucking foot off."
He really wanted to be a doctor.
Oh my God. And obtained statements from his girlfriend about his obsession with getting into medical school. They also learned that he had tried to obtain disability-related documents a few months prior, but failed. According to a medical...
At least it wasn't his first thought to cut off his foot.
It was the second.
Yeah.
Maybe the third.
Yeah.
According to a medical report, Suraj's foot had been cleanly cut off, most likely with a machine. The wound was too clean to have been caused by a violent blade attack. And the syringes found in a field near where Siraj was found also suggest that he had used anesthetics to numb his legs before performing the amputation. So they literally just were like, what do we do with these syringes that completely incriminate us? Just throw them.
Just throw him in the right.
Just throw them.
Well, the guy failed his test twice, so he obviously wasn't that smart.
No, he's a dumbass.
If you're gonna cut off your foot though and say it was an attack, like you have to. I mean, cutting it cleanly was an issue. It's not like they took your organ, because that they would cut cleanly, right? Like if they cut out your, I was gonna say appendix. If they cut out your kidney, they would. That almost killed Ryan. You know, the appendix black market, Ryan.
Oh my God. I don't know why that was so funny to me. I was taking a drink and I almost just like spewed it out of my nose. I don't know why. I think I just thought of like Rocco's Modern Life and his appendix and that whole episode. I don't know. Forgive my mind. It goes off on funny tangents.
We're totally good. We're totally good. I guess the point I was trying to make is it brings new meaning to I'd give an arm, foot, or leg.
I have to agree with that. I mean, at least his goals were like aspiration,
Hey, man,
right?
He
It wasn't
really
like-
wanted it.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like he wanted to be a doctor.
Yeah.
That's a great goal, but that's the thing is doctors need to, be smart. And he's not. He's not.
He is committed though. Like
Very,
I bet
very.
there's not a doctor in that school who wanted it more.
You're probably not wrong.
Right?
And it's like, so yeah, he's got that going. So you know what? Like think about it in a video game. Like yeah, your intelligence can be down, but his endurance is like, like he is like, it's like, dude, do other things. That like you obviously you chopped your own damn foot off. You can do shit. I mean, not as much now, but
I mean, Van Gogh cut off his ear. You know what I mean? And
Yeah,
he
but if-
wasn't famous until long after, right? So if this guy just did random medical experiments to friends and neighbors with or without their consent, then years from now, maybe he will be like the Van Gogh of mad scientists.
except he'll he'll be a little hobbling. Like he won't be able to walk as well.
He's gonna be stomp drag.
Van Gogh could at least still hear. It's not like he cut out like his ability to hear. This
No,
guy cut
but-
off his ability to walk.
If you do cut off your ear, though, it definitely affects your hearing, right? Because your ear's like a funnel. It,
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
catches stuff. So you
yeah.
probably couldn't hear as well. I've never thought about that. We would be like snakes.
Yeah. So
Huh.
I feel like his hearing would be like mine in my right ear.
Huh. This guy- It's got a weird tangent.
So it ends here with the victim repeatedly changed his statement and tried to mislead police, a police officer said, adding that Siraj Beskar had been sent to a trauma center for better treatment. His foot has yet to be recovered. Y'all threw the syringes over your shoulder.
But they couldn't find the foot. Well,
So
dude,
at least they thought to hide the foot.
or
but-
something ate it. Maybe they threw it in the same freaking field. I mean, there are animals. If a severed foot, something's gonna eat that.
Well, the Shagamaw won't eat it. It only eats mittens. So it wasn't the Shagamaw.
And guys,
Full circle.
With that,
Full circle.
With that, we're going to end this episode of Earthling Entertainment. Thank you so much for being a listener. We hope you liked it. And if you did, please download the episode wherever you listen to this podcast. And remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel in preparation for those future video episodes.
They're coming. They're coming. And this is what's coming for you is a mission. Should you choose to accept it, is to share this podcast with your friends, with your coworkers. Literally, guys, we love everybody who listens. We love doing this. We've been doing this a long time. We've got to meet a lot of listeners, and we would just love to share around. Do you have a friend who has a UFO story? Do you have a friend who has like a ghost story? Like we haven't had a good ghost story in a while. Send it to us at earthlingentertainmentpodcast@gmail.com.
Yeah, and we'll see you next week, next Thursday, for all your new episodes of Earthling Entertainment. And from everyone here, see ya. Goodbye.